Hey guys, and welcome to my first review, hopefully the first of many. I'm a bit tired right now since I stayed up and did an all-nighter, so I haven't slept since yesterday, since I was waiting for these products to be delivered this morning. I thought I'd show you what I'm reviewing in this video before I unbox them and test them out, since I'm pretty keen to start playing with them. So firstly, they are all Zowie products, so I'm hoping good stuff since my current mouse is a Zowie mouse, the Zowie EC1, and it's definitely probably the best mouse I've ever used. So yeah, I hope it can live up. So firstly, I have here an AMGS Zowie mouse. I think it's a bit smaller than my current one, but hopefully it goes fine. Secondly, I have a GTF Zowie mouse mat. And then thirdly, I have a Celeritas, I hope I'm saying it right, mechanical keyboard, Zowie keyboard of course. So yeah, I'm going to go through the different specifications for each of these and then give them a go in game and see how it goes. So after unpacking everything and setting it all up, I've got pretty good first impressions. The most noticeable difference off the bat is the decrease in size in both the mouse and keyboard compared to what I'm already using. But this is no reason to turn the other way. I've only ever owned one mechanical keyboard, which is this Razer Black Widow Ultimate. The Zowie keyboard is on another level of smoothness though, compared to the Black Widow, which is quite surprising. That is because they use two different types of Cherry MX switches. As you can see here, the Zowie uses a brown cherry switch, while the Black Widow uses the blue cherry switch. The cherry brown switches are considered probably the middle ground between typing and gaming switches. They have a light tactile feel halfway through. The key press, which lets you know the key's been activated, so it really feels a lot smoother. I think the blue cherry is probably better for gaming, but obviously it makes a very clicky noise. The other things to note on the Zowie keyboard is the very simple and easy to use layout. It has the big enter and backspace buttons, and that is, for me personally, is a big plus, because I hate keyboards that like shrink the size of either of these. It's really annoying. You've got standard stuff like your media keys. You've also got your Zowie response technology over here, and you've got your standard gaming setting, which you have on most recent gaming keyboards, which basically just disables the Windows key when in game. Let's see if I can reach. I don't think I can reach. Okay, I can reach. You have to hold the Zowie key here and then press the Windows or Control key here, which then switches the light here from red to blue, which basically means now when you're in game you can't press the Windows key to minimize your game. Let me switch it back. I'll quickly go over an explanation of what these keys here do. Basically at the moment it's on ×1. So imagine if I was to hold a key down or press multiple keys really fast. If I had a huge APM, the keyboard might struggle. But when holding down the Zowie key and then either selecting 2, 4 or 8 times, it makes the keys write faster, which means more APM can be achieved. These keys wouldn't really come in use for FPS players like myself, but they'd be really handy for like RTS or MOBA players such as StarCraft or League of Legends and so on. Probably the only bad part of this keyboard is its lack of USB ports and headphone jack. I mean, this is something I would really expect from such a high priced keyboard, especially in today's market. Swiftly moving on to the mousepad. I mean, there's not really much you can say about a mousepad apart from its texture and material. The Zowie GTF is kind of like hard rubber. It's not something I would usually go for, as I'm very used to cloth, but it works extremely well with this mouse. It's called the speed version for a reason, because it has such smooth traction across the mat. The AMGS mouse though is great. I was very easily able to adapt to it, as you'll see soon with some gameplay. Personally, for me, the mouse is too small because I either have giant hands or the mouse is just small in general. It's a very similar size to the SteelSeries Kinzu, which I also had a problem with. So regardless though, the mouse feels nice in the palm of the hand. It's also an ambidextrous mouse, so it can be used by both right and left handers. One of the great factors about a Zowie gear is they never ever require any drivers. This goes for both the keyboard and the mouse. It's literally simply plug in and play, and that's just perfect, especially for somebody like me who attends multiple LAN events a year. There's no messing around with drivers and so on. So yeah, that's one of the big pluses I think for Zowie gear. The mouse is very similar to the Zowie EC1 and EC2, so it comes with 3 DPI settings, which include 450, 1150 and 2300 DPI. This can be changed here on the bottom with this small button, so when you click it, it will change. Not sure if you can see it on camera, but it changes colours, so that indicates the difference in DPI. The mouse also comes with adjustable USB report rates. Of course, like almost all gaming mice, the Zowie comes with 4 programmable side buttons along with the left and right click, and the mouse wheel of course, but for me the mouse wheel is slightly too small. Obviously this is because the mouse is smaller in general. The main concern I have with this is when I use the mouse button to crouch when I'm pressing with my index finger, I can't really click it very well because the mouse wheel just doesn't stick out enough. But most people probably won't have any problems here at all. So yeah, overall it's a very nice mouse. It looks great, it plays great, and it's pretty much ideal for anybody. So I'm going to give it a whirl again in some public and see how it goes. So all I've done is join the Netsky SD server, which is on strike. Luckily I've picked up the scope so I can really test the accuracy while using this mouse. This is the first time I'm going to be playing with it, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. And boom, that's a nice shot. Just going to spam this cross and see if I can pick anyone else off with the smoke in the way. Oh, there's another one. I can actually hear them coming around B and them being naded, but I can hear someone jumping and throwing a nade out there. Actually he's up there. There's someone else though. Oh, he's close to me. I'll chase him. Take him out. I saw a couple of people trying to cross the overlook through the smoke, so. But yeah, at the moment this mouse seems really good, and I'm really enjoying playing with it. Considering the size, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I can see one on the statue actually. Oh my god. But yeah, the keyboard is also really nice because I don't know, just playing with it and the feel when pressing down those brown Cherry MX keys are really nice. And also it's so more silent compared to the Black Widow. I have no idea what that guy is doing. At the moment, the first round I've ever played with this setup, and I'm already on 7-0. So yeah, this is definitely a viable setup. I don't know where the last guy is though. And what are you doing up there? So to round this up, going back to the pros and cons, one of the pros of course being those lovely cherry key presses accompanied by the nice layout of the keyboard with some advanced technical macros from the response system, and lastly I thought I'd put in that smaller keyboards can be nice. Moving over to the cons, there's only really one, which is the lack of the USB port or headphones on the keyboard, as that's the main big con really. Moving on to the mouse, the pros being that it's ambidextrous. It of course looks great, It's also very precise when shooting, and the biggest pro is that it requires no drivers. The only con possible is that the mouse is small because I have giant hands. So that's the end of the review. I hope you enjoyed it, or at the very least found it informative to the products. I think this is the first time I've ever said it, but I'd love if you would like or even favourite the video, as I want to continue making these in the future, so I get to use the latest gear, and also receiving bigger and better prizes for you guys to win. So that of course takes us over to prize time. I didn't exactly think of the most ideal way to do the competitions, as it's pretty difficult on YouTube, so I decided to make it fair, and that if you want to participate in the competition to win one of these 3 lovely mouse pads, you have to go over to the Overclockers Facebook page and comment on the status about this video, telling us why you should win the mouse pad. Also, as this is my first review, I can only hope the ones in the future will improve, so if you have any comments on how you think these could improve and be better, then feel free to comment. Thanks.